Just got in this Greenworks Pro 60 volt power inverter. I'm really excited about it. I have 2 batteries for it, and then I have 4 Briggs Stratton batteries that came from or is used in my snapper equipment. So they're interchangeable except for the bottom part of the casing. So we're going to do 2 things. First of all, this guy, don't you just hate unboxing? Alright, so there it is. But it came in and it has a rattle up here somewhere. So I'm going to take it apart. You have 4 screws here, and then once that's done, then there's 4 screws on the inside. And so I'll take those out and see what's rattling. If it's a piece of plastic, no big deal, but if it's a screw, it could short on a circuit board in there, and then that wouldn't be good. So let's grab a screwdriver and take this guy apart. Well, it turns out it's not a Phillips head after all. It's a hex head. So I've got my Allen wrench out, and hopefully we can take this guy apart. Too bad you've got a brand new tool and you've got to work on it. Didn't really need a project. So Allen wrench may be the wrong size, but it seems to be getting it. This is a 7/64. But the metrics that I had didn't seem to work. Anyway, this is doing it. I'd prefer just to put it on a screwdriver and zzz, and been done. But no. Huh. So there's just a little plastic screw with a hex head. Okay, so this shouldn't be too bad. Make sure I remember to put the handle back in. What's that? Oh, it looks like it's the same thing. Okay. Except for there's only 2 there. Well, I don't know if that's going to get to that. Guess we'll find out. Same size screw as the top, or the bottom, I guess. I find it difficult to believe that there's only 2 screws holding that top case on, but we'll see. And I guess these guys. And now it gets more complicated. Okay. There's a spring in there. That doesn't look like it. That wasn't even connected to the top. Okay. maybe can, yeah. Well, folks, I'm going to have to figure this out. Hope you don't mind. I put it all back together. Well, a couple screws, just enough to secure it to put the battery in to test it. So I've got it connected to an LED light, and we'll just see if it works. It's interesting. It took a little bit of time for the inverter. Apparently it's a two-step process. It goes from DC to DC and then from DC to AC. And then it took a little bit of time to put some juice in this box and fire up the light. So it does work, and that's cool. We're running our LED light right now on this power. I guess I could show it to you. We made this base the other day, and there it is. So it's all connected to this battery. And that's pretty cool. I have no idea how long this battery will last. It's 60 volt. And again, I've got two of these and 4 Briggs Stratton, which fits the snapper. And I understand that the grooves are different. I think the top grooves are the same, which means just the bottom grooves are going to need to be cut out. And I'm not going to do it on all the batteries. I'm going to do it on this bottom piece. So I'm going to take it all back apart and see what needs to be taken away. Well, I was right. The top grooves are the same. So I'm putting, I put in the Briggs Stratton, which is from the snapper, and I have the back apart, as you can see, but because the bottom grooves are not going to fit. And turn that on. I don't know if you could see that, but there is a, probably not, but there's a green light on, which means it works. It's working. Okay, so all that's good. All I need to do is figure out what it's going to take for all the batteries to fit. By the way, it wasn't a screw up in here, it was just this little bit of glue. So I think there's another little piece up in there. I thought I heard it, but I don't hear it now. Oh, there it is. So yeah, I don't know if I can get that out or not. I might try. Okay, so I'm going to go see what it's going to take to get this to fit here. You know, it doesn't do you any good to have all kinds of tools if you don't know where they are. It took me close to an hour to find this. Knife. We'll see if it works on this stuff. Oh yeah, that looks good. So there's 2 ridges, one on top and one on the bottom. Well, looks pretty good. Take hardly anything on that. Now this guy is going to be a little more difficult. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. Might need to grind that out. Yep. I'm going to go on the outside of the case, so I need to sort of monitor my tip to where I don't go too deep. So I think you get the idea. After this, I may need to grind it a little bit. We need to take that ridge out. So I'll be back. Oh, by the way, I did take the top apart again, and I found, I don't know if you can, yeah, I don't see, you can see that, but there was actually 2 pieces of glue. Good news is there was no screws loose. I never did figure out how to get inside of that thing, but anyway, no more rattling, and it was just glue, so we would have been safe. I'll be back when I have these cut out. Hard to get to down in there. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I might be to the point where, well, try not to go too deep. I don't want to go through it. So I take it off. I take too much pressure off, and I get out of my groove there. Plus, I'm hitting up here. Well, that's cool. That works quite a bit better than. Anyway, this is a DockShop. It has interchangeable. Comes with a drill bit or a drill head and receptacle saw, sander, and an angle grinder. It's pretty cool. 5 tools in one, 18 volt. I'll make a video on this someday. But for right now, we're working on our ridges. I'm probably going to have to get a grinder in here and smooth all this out. And then, of course, we need to do the other side. Okay, we're going to try the DockShop grinder. Maybe too big to get in there, I don't know. Gosh, you didn't see that, did you? Alright, I have to do that over. There we go. And there's the drill head, or the body. There we go. Well, let's see. I know this isn't a great view for the camera, but you get the idea. Would be better if I had that secured somehow to where I could hold on to that grinder with two arms, but it is working. All right, I'll be back. Now I'll smooth this out a little bit. Doesn't need to be perfect. I just take off the burrs so the battery will slide in and out nicer. This is just a little heat wand. It sort of spreads the plastic. Here again, you don't want to go hold on in one place too long because I can feel the resistance when plastic starts melting. Last thing you want to do is deform it or go through it. Alright, we'll check for fit and we should be good. This is the bottom, this is the snapper. Real nice. Alright, I'll put it together, see what we have. Okay, we have it all together. So this is the moment of truth. Here's a snapper battery in the Greenworks inverter. And it fit. And it snapped in there perfectly. Turned it on. You can't see it, but there's a green light. And which way do you go to release it? There we go. That was a tough release. And that's the snapper battery. Excuse me, that's the Greenworks battery. Snapper battery. I'd call that a wrap. So, did two things. We made it to where all 6 of my batteries will work in this, and we got rid of the little pesky noises, which was just turned out to be a little bit of glue, which wouldn't have hurt anything, but better be safe than sorry, right?